Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Charity Honor. In today's video, we are going to be learning how to cut a basic sleeve, and we are cutting both the short and the long sleeve. So if you are a beginner and you don't know how to go about cutting your basic sleeve, I'm sure this video is for you. Do well to pay attention to this video to get all the steps, alright? And before we go right into the video, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers, to my returning subscribers. You guys are the best. Thank you for the love. I really appreciate. And if this is your first time of coming across my video, thank you for stopping by. And if you like what I'm doing here, please do well to subscribe to this channel. You turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I drop new videos, so that you don't miss out on anything going on here. Alright, here we do fashion, we do lifestyle, we do a lot more. So to be part of the family, please do well to subscribe, like my video, share with everybody. So without further ado, let's go right into the business of today. So when cutting your busy sleeve, you need to fold your material just the way I folded this pattern paper. But to get the two hand of your sleeve, you need to fold your material into four before cutting. Alright, cutting a busy sleeve is a very simple task. It doesn't require too much calculation, so it's very easy to do. In this video, we are cutting both the short and the long sleeve, but we are starting with the short first. The next thing I'm going to do right here is to rule out a vertical line. It's going to start or serve as our starting point. It's more like a guide for us, okay? And then one thing you need to know is that whenever you are cutting your sleeve, to get the width of your sleeve, you need to measure your armhole first, so that you know how you are folding your material. You measure your armhole, whatever you have on your armhole, divided by 2. So my armhole is 16, divided by 2 is 8, but I'm going to mark 10. The 2 extra inches I'm marking is for my sewing allowance. So if your armhole is 10, you add 2 inches to it, that is 12. That is for your sewing allowance. If it is 20, if it is 7, you add 1.5 or 2 inches to it as your sewing allowance. So on that point, I'm just going to make a horizontal line. This is not necessary, but I just want to do it so that we know what we are doing. So from that side to this line I'm ruling out now is the width of our sleeve. Like I said, this is not necessary, but I just wanted to do it so that we know what we are doing. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to come down by 4 inches. I'm going to mark my sleeve cap. Don't worry, by the time we are done with this video, you know what sleeve cap is if you don't know. So to get your sleeve cap, you can either come down by 3.5 or 4 inch. Anyone, you can use anyone, either 3.5 or 4 inches. But if you want to be accurate, you can divide your bust by 12 and then you add 1 inch or half an inch to your, after you might have divided your bust measurement by 12. That is how to get your sleeve cap. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and roll it out. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to take the full length of my sleeve. I'm using 8 inch for the length of the sleeve. I'm going to mark 10 because at the end of the day I'm going to fold the edge of the sleeve, so it's going to be shorter. So I'm using 10 instead of 8 for the length of my sleeve. Just go ahead and roll it out. Like I said before, a basic sleeve doesn't require any too much calculation. What we are going to do next is just to connect a line like an S, in form of S, from our starting point to come and meet this line. This our cap, our sleeve cap, Abi, yes, like an S, and make it and come and meet it here. Just follow my hand this way.
It doesn't require any calculation. You just make a slant line, or it's form of S. You just follow what I'm doing, okay? And then the next thing you are going to do on the length of the shirt is that we are going to measure. You measure around your, like where the length of your sleeve stop. You measure around there, and then whatever you have there, you divide it by 2. That is how to measure around your sleeve. So my own is 11 divided by 2, that is 5.5. So I'm just going to mark 5.5, but I'm going to add 1 inch for my sewing allowance. So this is basically how to cut a basic sleeve. It doesn't require too much calculation or anything like that. You just connect the line to meet that point you have on your length. Yes, this way. So this is basically our short sleeve. Very easy to cut. Don't worry, by the time you are familiar with the cutting, you don't even need to do all this one again. You just go ahead and just cut it on your fabric like that. So you measure whatever you have there to make sure that it is up to the measurement you took for your armhole. So you see, that is 10 inches that I marked earlier, so mine is up to it. So I'll just go ahead and cut it. So you see, this is our short sleeve. Very easy. Don't worry, by the time you are so familiar with the cutting, you don't even need to do all this mess again. You just go ahead and cut it on your fabric. So this is our short sleeve. I'll just go ahead now. I'll keep this one aside. Go ahead with the long sleeve. So I'll bring a longer pattern. We are going to repeat whatever we did on that short sleeve on the long sleeve pattern too. So I'll just come down by 4 for my sleeve cap. That is the 4 inch. And then for the width of my sleeve is 10. I marked right on that one. We are just basically repeating everything we did on that first one. So I'll just go ahead and rule out a horizontal line so that we know what we are doing. So this is the width from that end to this line I'm ruling out now is the width of my of my sleeve. So, and this line here is the cap, is for our sleeve cap. Then the next line is our elbow point. Like for I marked 14. Like from my shoulder to my elbow is 14. So you go ahead and measure your shoulder to your elbow to know which one to use. So I mark 14. Like from up, I will mark the full length of my sleeve. I'm marking 20 for it. So I'm using 20 for the full length of my sleeve. The only difference here is the elbow line we have on this one. The only thing we add to this one is only the elbow line, the elbow measurement. So we're going to repeat whatever we did on the short sleeve. We're just going to make like an S like this to meet this line like this, like how we did it on our short sleeve. Let's do it here. So you measure around your elbow, whatever you have there, you divide it by 2. You measure around your elbow, you know where your elbow is. You measure around your elbow, then divide it by 2. So my elbow is 11 divided by 2 is 5.5. I'm just going to mark it right there. Then I'll add 1 inch for sewing allowance. And then you measure your wrist here. You measure it round. Whatever you have there, you're going to divide it by 2 too. So I have 7 there. 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. I'll mark it right here. Then I'll add 1 inch for sewing allowance as well. So this is basically it. It's not so different from the short sleeve. The only difference is that we took our elbow measurements. That was the only thing we added to this one. So the length and the elbow measurement is the only thing we added to the short sleeve. So you go ahead and measure your armhole right there to make sure that it's up to your armhole measurements. That is 10 right there, so it's complete. So this is basically our short sleeve. This is how it looks like. I'll just go ahead and cut it out. Very, very easy. You see how it's looking like? It's very easy, very, very easy to do. So this is basically how to go about cutting your sleeve. So thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for watching. But before you go, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do where to subscribe. Please give this video a thumbs up. Do where to share my video with family, friends, everybody too. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video.